What's up, guys? Dustin McDangles back with another video. This is the FIFA 21 Road to Glory Rags to Riches franchise mode series with Barrow AFC and Ted Lasso. And if you guys did actually miss the last episode, be sure to check that out. I'll drop a card in the top right hand corner. But as it stands right now, guys, we are in second place in the league, and we are also moving through the Papa John's Trophy as well as the FA Cup. We actually won in the last episode our first game in that domestic cup, as we've got a big episode here today. We're actually going to try and finish out the rest of this month. If anything, we might only leave that December 30th game before we get into the transfer window starting January 1st, which is always exciting stuff to see if we need to make any moves or not. But right now the team is playing pretty well. We've got these home games here, no cup ties to worry about here in December. So what we're actually going to do here is get through today's episode, and then we'll go at the end or even at the start of next episode taking a look at the player stats and player growth and development and how guys are doing before we do get into transfers. But this is where we're going to start. We're going to start with a home match here against Exeter City with our usual starting 11, since we have a week off actually between now and our next game. So let's hop into it here against Exeter City and see if we can come away with a win. Big home matchup here against Exeter City. A little overcast here in today's game, but that's not going to stop us here in Barrow in front of our home fans, looking to get 3 more points to get to the top of the table as the ball is rolling and underway here for this game. Exeter City, I believe they sit 9th in the table right now, so they are a decent side, decent opponent today. So for sure will be a tough matchup. We just got to find a way to play some good football, get some good chances, and obviously look to bury some goals here today. As we get the ball rolling here, we find Jones through the midfield. Nice ball movement there. We're going to look for Hardcastle, but that's actually taken away as Exeter City back through the middle, looking to go over the top. They're able to find a man, and he keeps it in. Erdley's got to get back. He tries to hit us on the stop and go. We've been playing some pretty good defense as of late, as we do right there, and off to the races. We got to get a nice counter going. As I see James. James is in. James has the pace. We've got Sorry there. Oh my goodness, Sorry didn't go with us. He stopped running. That is actually crazy. As I was looking for the easy tap in there, but Sorry, he cut inside, but then he just didn't follow up with us. As we're in the corner, looking to get something out. Looking for our boy Glover, but nicely defended there from Exeter as we let a good opportunity pass us by. As pass in behind the defense, and Maggio is back. Dangerous opportunity, nicely blocked there by the defense. Erdley coming over to block that, as we've got a corner kick to defend now. Almost about 20 minutes gone so far in this game, as Bourgogne is going to steal that. We're actually going to go off to the races here with Bourgogne. Move this ball up. It's picked. Goalie's got to get back in. Bourgogne's back, so no word to Sorry on that one, as James given the boxing moves, and he's going to take the KO, adding to his tally. That might be his 11th or 12th goal of the season. Getting up there, trying to get into the top goal scorers. He is in the top 10, but he's looking to be at least top 3 here by mid-season, as we get a nice little finish there. Again, thought the keeper was going to come out. He did, but just not quick enough, as James is able to tap that into the back of the net for his 11th goal of the season. So top goal scorer is 15. We're 4 off, so if we have a couple big performances with James, he's back in the running for leading goal scorer. He's going to find James. I see Hardcastle making a run through. Hardcastle is in the clear. He's going to have a shot out far and off the crossbar. I saw the defender bearing down on us, and we had to take that shot right away as Quigley on it. We're just going to look for somebody open here. Honestly, good opportunity there from Hardcastle. Again, he's been one of our best players throughout the entire season. So we're going to find James here on the 2-touch effort. And Luke James gets his 2nd of the game, his 12th of the season, and we are off to the races trying to catch the leading goal scorer with 15. Good ball movement. We've had plenty of chances this game. And if anything, we've just been patient with the ball, haven't been trying to force anything. But James on the turn there, lets it fly, really gets his body around on that one to get that outside in little curve on that to get that into the back of the net. So that's his 12th of the year, and let's keep on rolling, see if we can get him some more. Over the top, Exeter City looking to get in behind as they're actually going to play that ball back. Look for the little pick off there, unable to really get that. As Sori's actually there, trying to get the header in, and Exeter City still retaining possession. Trying to get into that attacking third, but nicely picked off, as we're going to send James off to the races. Can he get his hat trick here in this game? We're going to go selfish, hit him on the stop. James with the shot. Could have passed it over, but James, we're trying to get him up the scoreboard for leading goal scorers in the league like we've been doing all game long. And he's able to bury for his third goal. 3 in 1/2 is absolutely crazy. As we hit the defender on the stop, went short side, and the keeper just unable to stop that. There's a nice little swivel move right there, it looked like. And the keeper actually got a piece of it, but just not enough to keep that out of the back of the net. As he's got his 13th goal of the season, and just at the stroke of halftime too. So let's get into the second half and see what more damage we can do. Here comes Exeter City, looking to get something going here, as we absolutely were all over them in that first half. So they're just trying to get anything out of this game, and as of right now, playing some solid shutdown defense to make them go backwards, and they can't really find anything forwards. And usually whenever I say that, it does actually open up, but we find Quigley here, who's going to find James. James is going to try and get the give and go with Quigley. We're able to connect there. We're going to find Hardcastle, who's going to find James back. We're going to give that over to Quigley, who's going to find Hardcastle. Keeper's out, but Hardcastle with the left foot is going to bury that into the back of the net. And this game is an absolute rout. It is getting out of hand here, as the ball movement is just so good between Barrow with our midfield strikers and wingers. It's just everything's in sync. They're making runs. Keeper comes out, but we're able to set our feet, aim basically where we're going to shoot that ball, and Hardcastle does the rest there, putting that into the back of the net in the side netting for a 4-0 lead here in this game. We'll have to start putting in some subs here soon, but that's Hardcastle's 7th on the season, I think. His 8th of the season, so he's also climbing the leaderboard for goals. I would expect him to be up there for most goals by a midfielder, at least for League 2, just because most of the goal scoring is usually going to be done by the strikers. So Hardcastle, I'd say, other than James, is by far our most impressive player so far this year. Pass into the net as a nice little defensive play there from Maggio. So we're going to find James. James, a little give and go here with Quigley. James is in. Can James get another one here in this game? Shot hard on target, but a nice save by the keeper. Good step again from the defense, and Glover finds Quigley. We're going to find James here, who gets a fortunate bounce, and he just shoots that wide, trying to get his 4th goal of the game. And we're going to go ahead and make some substitutions, as little pinball action, ball on target, but just veers wide on the curve. It's between us and Bolton, and who's going to win the league as of right now. So always important to keep that goal differential in the positive side of things, as a foul there just outside the 18, advantage played. And there is a man right there. Big save from Bourgogne, but no one there on the back post. And Exeter get one back here, as it is now 4-1 against Exeter. I mean, they haven't really done much this game. That was really their best chance, and they actually hit pay dirt, I would say, on this opportunity. Just over the box. First good initial save there by Bourgogne, but the ball falls nicely there to the striker, just chilling back door there. Defender not really on him, but they get one back. It's 4-1. I'm not really too worried about the outcome of this game, because I know it will be a victory. But again, we were talking about that goal differential being so important here in this season right now, especially when it comes down to getting near the end. We just got to keep on pushing, as James is going to find Angle. We're going to look for James here back. Nice through ball. Can we get there before the right back? We're able to actually win it back. We're going to play this into the box, and Angle's there. Unable to connect as James, or not James, Jones, trying to get that ball, but clipped over the top. Here comes Exeter. Will it go out of play? It does not. Can they get one more late goal here to cut into our lead? And a nice little play there. We're going to work this out, and that should be enough for the whistle to blow here. We're waiting on it. And that is full-time, guys. A 4-1 shellacking of Exeter City as we get into a nice week break here where we'll get into some training, check out how the boys are doing. But again, solid performance right before this. I believe it's for international break right now. 7 shots, 5 on target, 50-50 for percent possession. So tight affair, but let's get into the home screen and see what news there is. So far, no news as we get into the simulation of getting up to our next game, as we'll have some training options here for the boys as we look to get them a little bit sharper, a little bit better. I know D's aren't going to cut it, so we're going to have to try and find a way to make sure we're training our backup squad as much as possible so that we keep their sharpness up whenever they do get opportunities to get some games in. As again, we'll just continue on with the simming of the training, making sure that they are up to snuff as best as they can as our backup starting 11, which I do also want to take a look here at our starting 11, and they are looking fine. Don't really need to train them as of yet. Maybe the further we get into the season, that might change, but we'll continue on here with the backups, getting some training. Lancashire, 77 for both, basically for Angle and Lancashire, which is nice. Bramal's up there as well, which he is a sub, or not a sub, he is a loan player, so it's not like we're going to be able to keep him around unless we do buy his contract out. As you guys can see, the risk of losing 7 players. Which is going to be tough. Let's actually take a look at this here. And we've got a lot of players up that we could possibly lose, which does really suck. And let's see here. 7 months for Dixon. Don't really care about the goalie. Thomas, I mean, I'm okay with losing him. He is a lone player. Davies, that would be tough, and we can't buy him. So 6 months out for him. He's going to basically finish off the year with us. Erdley is also going to finish the year with us. We can't buy him on loan. Goodridge, I would definitely love to try and buy him, but maybe save that till the end of the year to do so. As well as Bramal, he might be a nice little player to try and keep around. So definitely going to need to keep an eye on that as we move forward, getting some money there from the FA Cup, which is nice, just about 62,000 euros. But we've got a game here against Carlisle United, and I do want to take a look at the schedule. I believe our next game is actually going to be against Forest Green, and it is. So what I actually want to do is get our substitute starting 11. We're going to give them this game as a simulation and see what they can do. Again, every game is important, but we want to make sure that we're giving playing time to all of our players as we get the quick sim here, and we lose 1-0. 4 shots, 4 chances, and just no goals to show for it. Really tough losing that game, but Forest Green actually ties Bolton, so they only gain 1 point on us, Bolton and Forest Green. But where does that put us? We're in first now, which is actually nice. We're going to play this game against Forest Green to see what we can do against them, to see if we can extend our lead at the top, which, again, it's been a battle between us and Bolton, trying to get that top spot, which it really has been a battle at the top of the table so far in this early season. 24 games in, but man, that really does suck, losing that last game. Or not losing, but we did lose that last game, but thankfully they only tied. So we're going to get into it here against Forest Green at home. It is a 1 versus 4 matchup, so let's get into it with our usual starting 11 and see if we can win this game. Massive home game here against Forest Green. This is a top of the table. I wouldn't say top flight since this is League 2, but a top of the table matchup here with Forest Green. And again, we need 3 points out of this game. We cannot take another defeat like we did in the simulation against Carlisle United. So the ball is rolling here at Hulker Street. We got to impress the home fans here. We got not only just to impress them, but we need these 3 points not only for pride for the area, but to continue on battling for that top spot in League 2 for automatic promotion and a little bit more money, I would say, as well. As we're looking for that opening here. Just working the ball around. Don't have to force anything in here until that opening shows itself. As we're going to look... I tried to find James there, and exactly what I was just saying we can't do, we just did there with a turnover. As, Sorry almost had that. And Erdley's got a step. I also realized that a lot of our players are lone players, so it's going to be tough here getting into this... getting into the transfer window, as we might need to make moves towards the future, but I also want to maybe get some pre-contract signings for some players moving forward, since that might be the best option, that we roll with our current players right now, since their loans will eventually expire, but just keep rolling with them. As Hardcastle is going to find Quigley. I'm going to find Hardcastle, who's going to find... I was looking for James there on the overlap, but just nothing coming from it there. As Forest Green looking to work the line. Able to find their striker up top. It is really disappointing that our top defender as well is a lone player, but, sometimes that is what it is. But Bourgognet's got to come up big there with the save. He does so, but... we got to just clear this. I was going to say let's try and pass that out, but we're just going to clear it out of danger with a massive save. Bourgognet keeps us in the game. Nice step there from Maggio, and we're going to work this ball up the pitch as Quigley on it. Looking for that overlap there. We're going to find Jones, who's going to find Glover into James. Man, again, we're just trying to force that ball too much through the middle. And as a result, we turn it over. And Forest Green, you could definitely tell that they have an attacking presence about them, unlike our last played game against Exeter City. As I see Quigley there with space in front of him. He's going to hit him on the stop. I'm going to look for Hardcastle, trying to take the one-touch shot. And I thought that we needed to take that right away. Maybe we should have held on to that or even moved it over one more player. But blocked out, cleared away. And Forest Green survive an opportunity to go up one for Barrow, as we're working this thing around. Going to find Quigley. Who's going to find James. Looking for the overlap, we find Hardcastle. I see Donahue down low. We're going to work this back post. I meant to go back post there as we run into the keeper. I saw Sorry running, but he ended up holding up his run. And it ends up being crossed into the keeper, as he's going to blast this on the goal kick. Davies was there, good enough there to actually create a turnover, as we're going to work this ball up the pitch. James, little give-and-go action with Quigley, who actually has an opening. We're going to find that back to Hardcastle. Hardcastle going to take a turn on a fake shot, and he actually turned right in to the defender, as Erdley's got to get back. This Caden guy has actually got some speed to him. He's got the green boots, all green outlook there, as he's looking for that cross. We slow up. We play some solid defense. We push him out wide. And Surrey is there to block that out of play, as Forest Green looking to get something here before the end of half. Dangerous opportunity as we get a nice poke here. Can we get something now off of a turnover? Can we make this work? I see James going, but I also see Glover. Glover's down that left-hand side. We know he's good at crossing that ball. We're going to play it into the box there to Scott Quigley, who gets a header on it and heads it over the bar as we head into half here, 0-0, looking to get a goal to win this game. Nice turnover there by Jones. So we find Quigley, who finds James. Back to Hardcastle. I see Quigley making a run through. Can we hold up? We are able to do so. We find James. Back to Quigley. Going to find this down to Hardcastle. Nothing really going. They play a really tight defensive formation, as actually... I saw James, but he doesn't make a run through. That was That was a little frustrating there, but it is what it is. Forest Green looking to get off to the races as they look for the little chip past the defense, but ball falls nicely there to Bourgogne. As we're going to work this out the back, we're going to find Sori down the right-hand side. He's got some space. He's got some time. He's going to get a nice little ball roll there, get a little space in the middle, down to Quigley. Quigley with it. Going to find Jones. Jones back with it. I see Hardcastle is going to take two-touch effort. I thought he had it. I thought he had that dead to rights. Nice ball movement. First time really through the midfield. And he just fluffs it past the post. I wouldn't really say he fluffed it. That was a powerful shot, but a big miss there and a chance that we really needed that to be on target. Pace on him as we're trying to put Forest Green under pressure here. Just not enough to get a turnover. Man, oh man. The chances are far and few between in this game as Forest Green looks to move this ball up the field. Nicely turned over again, and Quigley. I see Glover making a run through, and the through ball pass is just too weak to find him on that play. Again, time really expiring, and against top teams like this, we need all 3 points. 1 point isn't going to get it done, especially when Bolton most likely are going to be running through the teams that they play. So definitely need to get this thing going as I see James cutting through the middle. James has a step on the defender. We got to kick this across! And Luke James, the hero as usual, comes up clutch here, and what is that celebration? Absolutely disgraceful on the celly, but finally get a breakthrough here against Forest Green. A nice little opening there. I saw it, and I figured that James, with enough pace, can get enough room to get that shot off, and he was able to do so with a blast back across the keeper, with a little in and out spin, getting that in the top left-hand corner of the net. And Ted Lasso loves it. That's his 14th goal of the season. He is back in that race for top goal scorer, which we'll take a look near the end of this episode as to where he stands. But, man, big-time goal, but now we have to defend it. We've had multiple games this season where we've had the lead, had 3 points in the bag, and end up blowing it. So, again, need to play solid defense here, and usually the best defense is a good offense. So if we can win this ball back, get a counter, possibly sneak this into the net, that would be the best form of clutch play here against Forest Green. As I don't really think we're going to make any subs this game. We're going to keep everyone out there. As Hardcastle playing some solid soccer there. But offsides is Forest Green. That's actually a huge decision there, as we got to watch for them to start pressing, which they're not going to do. That is quite an interesting call by their coach, as James. I see Hardcastle making his way through. We're going to find James on the breakaway with a chance to get his second of the game, and that is going to ice this thing here today, guys. If we give up 2 goals with 5 minutes left, I will be absolutely furious, but what a breakthrough there. I saw the breakdown, and I would say we got a little lucky there on that through ball right there. I thought the defender had a chance to get that. We just slowed down, took our time, took a look where that keeper was, and we figured just shoot it across him, see if he can make the save, and obviously the keeper there not making the save, giving us a huge lead here. So we'll make subs now, and that's Luke James' 15th of the season. So 3 minutes of stoppage time as Forest Green is really just holding on to this ball, looking for any openings in the midfield, as Banks trying to get a nice little poke in there, but not able to do so. Here comes Forest Green trying to get at least 1 goal in this game as time is running out for them. Got to play solid defense here, and we are able to get a clean sheet against Forest Green. Again, that first half was a nail-biter, but in the second we were able to break through, find a couple through balls, and our boy Luke James just coming up clutch on those goals as he usually does. Man, as you can see there, they had 1 shot, 1 on target. We had 5 shots, 3 on target, 46% possession. So Forest Green really did own us in that game, but we're the ones who got the goals, and we'll head back to the main screen here and see if there's any news. So that was a massive win there, guys, as Newport County are actually coming out of nowhere from 6th and 7th position to take over sole position of 2nd place, as we got a big game here against Southend United. They are worst team in the league. And I think with that being said, I want to go ahead and sim this game with our starting 11. They are a little bit tired, but this is against the worst team in the league. Like, if we don't win this game, our sim luck is just absolutely trash. 4-0 win. Okay, massive stuff there. Able to get on the board Glover, Quingley with some goals. Hardcastle and Erdley. So our boy not doing as much work as I thought. Luke James there in that game, but big 3 points there to keep us at the top of the table. And keep rolling here as the month is coming to a close, with this actually against Leyton Orient going to be the last game of today's episode before we get into the next one, which is the start of December. We actually have, I want to play our backup starting squad here against Leyton Orient. We have still that 1-point lead on Newport County, but Bolton are dropping and Forest Green are dropping. So that is actually really good news. Right now it's a battle between us and Newport County. So let's go ahead, hop into this game against Leyton Orient and see if we can come away with 3 more points. So an away matchup here against Leyton Orient, as this is actually the former home of Angle. Our boy Lee Angle, this is his former club, his first time back. And it's only fitting that he is starting this game as we play up against the team we actually really took care of in that FA Cup tie in last episode, as we look to get this thing started quickly in this game here. Good ball movement through the middle. We're going to find Angle, who's going to find McKell. We know we can take on these defenders, as we're going to find Lancashire here down low. Going to hit him on the stop. Going to look for Angle. Can he score against his former team? Tried to go with the left foot. Maybe should have put a little finesse on that as he hits that. It was in on target. It looked so good, but just veers to the left of the post. That should have been in the back of the net for a 1-0 lead. But from the looks of it and how we've started so far, I will expect plenty of more chances in this game, as we've got one right here. Angle looking for McKell. McKell is in. Can we take the first touch shot? And our boy McKell, our striker, he was complaining about not getting some playing time, and he proves us wrong for not starting him, as he goes ahead and gets a goal there to start this thing off away against Leyton Orient. Nice through ball there from Angle, as there was a little bumping going on for McKell to get in, but he slides that into the back of the net past the keeper nicely, showing some solid strength, a good finish. It was a pretty hard shot as well, given the fact that he was a little off balance from that defender, but good stuff showing there from McKell. That's his 5th of the season, I think. Yep, 5th goal of the season, as we get things rolling here, back underway, and is 1-0 up against Leyton Orient, as we almost have a big turnover right there. Bramall on the ball. We're going to find McKell. We're going to look for Angle on the through. Angle's there. We're going to take the shot with Angle, and he gets one against his former club. That is awesome to see, and their defense is just absolutely Swiss cheese right now with our through balls and runs. And hey, I mean, we'll take it. 3 free points is 3 free points. I don't care how you get it done, if it's an absolute tear apart or if it's a close game like it was last time. But 2-0 again, hard shot there from Angle. Nice through ball from McKell, and each striker is really feeding off of each other right now in this game early. And we'll take that 1 or 2-0 lead here in this game as we look to get more. Ball rolling through the midfield here, looking to get something going as we find Goodridge. We're gonna find Angle. I see McKell making a run through. Can we get another? McKell off to the races. He's got the pace. He's got the shot, but he just misses the net. The finishing touches on his boots right there, letting him down, as he had the keeper dead to rights, but sends it just past the post for a chance to get his 2nd of the game to give us a 3-0 lead, but chance wasted there from another good pass and through ball opportunity. Looking for Lancashire to make a run through. I see him down low. Lancashire on the right foot. His not preferred foot. He was a little in close there, but a nice shot with a chance here. We're going to look for Angle from Filipovic. Nice Nah, I mean, it was an okay corner kick. It wasn't the best, but we're going to play this ball back into Goodridge. Goodridge. Nice little footwork here. We find Angle. Can he get his second of the match? And our boy Lee Angle gets his second goal of the game, second against his former club, and that is the third one today for Barrow, as we are just all over them with great ball movement, great possession, great patience, and honestly, our strikers are just making unreal runs in behind their defense today, just picking those spots, picking those angles, picking the openings that they find, and I mean, it pays dividends right there as we get a massive goal there from Lee Angle. Up 3-0 here, and the route continues. I'm going to play this back to Filipovic, our Croatian youth squad member, as we just called him up, I believe it was 2 episodes ago now, and he's had some solid, I feel like he's played some solid football here ever since coming up to the senior squad, since being promoted up to them. He is 18 years old, I believe, so a little bit on the older side, but, you know, he does play some solid football as a 58 overall player, and it's just a matter of time before he just starts growing into the low 60s, and then hopefully we'll eventually get him maybe to the 70s. It will really depend on a lot of factors, as I see Mikel making his run through. We're going to look for him behind the defense, and just nicely picked off there for the first time today by Leyton Orient defense, as Filipovic trying to put them under a little pressure there to get something going, as our defense is back, nicely defended there. And Bourgogne, we're going to find Hurd, who's going to work this down to Brumal. We're going to find Mikel. Look for our boy Angle to get a hat-trick possibly against his former club. Would be a very awesome accomplishment, but unlucky there on the chance. And here is Leyton through the midfield, looking to get something going. Lancashire trying to win that ball back, but nicely headed there by Leyton Orient. Through the midfield, we're going to step with the defense, make them try to make a mistake. And Brown loses defensive side positioning, and here comes Dennis with a chance to cross that in. Bourgogne is there, and he's going to blast that away with the fists, but not as far as basically our 18-yard box, as Leyton Orient trying to get something going here. Going to try and hit him on the offsides trap, make them make a mistake. Nothing going there, so they work it back to the defense. Can we get a quick little press here to maybe force a turnover, as we're really trying to press them there with our strikers, but the Leyton Orient do a nice job, but a good turnover. Can we make it count? Can we find Angle over the top, making a run through, but their defense nicely defends that, and back the other way come Leyton. They're really pushing their men forward, so we can definitely try and take advantage here of a chance to counter if we can get a decent opportunity. Big cross in there, but Brown able to play nice defense, and here comes Angle looking for somebody to make a decent run, but we're just going to run with this ball up the field as we find Mikel for his second. He's able to finish that time, so big goal. Each of our strikers has 2 goals today. 4-0 lead here against Leyton Orient, and we'll look at the replay here. Just an absolute dominating performance. Has been a little bit slower of a second half, but it is to be expected. Great through ball there from Angle. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists on the day, and a nice finish there from Mikel on the half volley. Blasts that into the top corner for his second of the day. I believe his 6th of the season. And the floodgates have opened, and we'll give some guys some playing time here that normally don't get to play, as this game is way out of hand. So let's give our boy Gribben some playing time. Let's throw Draskovic. Actually, let's throw Banks. Nah, we need to develop the young guys, so we'll throw Draskovic in there. Then we'll also throw Barry. Actually, no, we'll throw Jones. We'll give Jones a try, see what he can do in the back end there. Again, only 8 minutes left in this game, so even if we do give up a goal, it's not going to be the end of the world. As we look to close this thing out, and then we'll close this episode off, taking a look here at stats and development of some of our players this year to see what things are, or how things are going, and if we need to make any transfer changes this year, or if maybe in the transfer window we sign some pre-contract signings to boost the squad as we look to go for League One action next year. But again, still a ways out. Don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. A Leyton Orient with a chance here in the dying minutes of the game. Big shot on target, but Bourgogne keeps it out with a solid save there on the near post. Here in stoppage time. Again, it's just trying to see this game out as a nice defensive header there from Bramal. And the referee finally blows the whistle, calling this game to a close. And, I mean, Engel, what a great return for him, coming back to Leyton Orient, getting massive goals. 2 goals for him on the day. We had 10 shots, 7 on target, and 48% possession. So, awesome stuff there, but let's head back to the home screen and take a look at our squad. So here we are, guys. We are through the month of December, and we've got a big cup game here against Millwall. I believe they might be a championship side. I could be mistaken. Let's actually take a quick look at that and see where Millwall is. Again, this is FA Cup. It's going to be a very tough game. Let's double check here. Millwall, they are in the championship. So this is going to be a very tough game. They are 9-9-9, sitting 14th. So mid-table team in the championship will be exciting to get into in the next episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned to that. But I did say we were going to take a look at the squad here at the end of this episode, and I want to take a look at the stats, and we'll be able to see their development. Obviously, Bourgogne, total 12 clean sheets. He's got 9 in the league, and I would assume that would be top in the league. His average is a 6.7, not too bad. Neithel, he's played a total of 13 games, 3 clean sheets, 1 yellow card, no goals, no assists. Donahue, one of our top players, again, he is a loanee, so it's going to be tough losing him. He has got 1 assist, 10 clean sheets, pretty solid stuff there. Checking out this Wilson kid, he is up +1 as we loaned him out earlier in this season. Tom Davies, 10 clean sheets. He's played great, no goals, no assists. Same with Maggio, 9 clean sheets, 1 yellow card. He's up +2, which is really nice to see since he was a player we brought in at the start of the year. So hopefully by next year he'll be in the 70s. Bobby Thomas, he hasn't played at all for us, but he is +1. Same with James Jones. He's played 3 games back in the preseason and not really getting playing time. Sam Hurd, he's down 2. That's mainly due to his age, so we'll look to move on from him at the end of the year. Matthew Platt, a solid defender that we've got in the squad. He's up +2, 13 games played, 3 clean sheets. Neil Erdley, our starting right back, he is a little bit older. He is also a lone player, 25 appearances, 1 goal to show for it, 10 clean sheets. Barry, he's played 12 games for us, hasn't done much, but he is +1, and he is part of our squad, so he's not a loanee. Brown as well, 13 games played, no boost to him. He is 29 years old, so don't expect too much from him. Draskovic, he's played 2 games for us so far, and he's already up +2, up to a 56. Elliot Glover, he's played very well so far this season, 73 overall, +4, which is awesome to see. He is a 17 years old left footer, 3 goals, 6 assists, and 11 clean sheets in 21 games played. So nothing too crazy on the stat line, but it is nice having a solid player on that left midfield position. Ollie Banks, 28 years old. He isn't no pluses or anything. 16 games, he's 3-3, 3 goals, 3 assists. Filipovic, bringing him in off of our youth squad. Dragan Filipovic, 17 years old. He's played 5 games, 2 assists, and 2 clean sheets. So playing very good football, just bringing him in, as well as Mace Goodridge, one of our young up-and-coming players. He's +3, 63 overall. 12 games played, 3 goals, 4 assists. He does feel great, and this is one of our best players, guys. He is young, and I want to at least try and keep him around as long as possible to see how he grows. But Lewis Hardcastle, 22 years old, he's played 26 games, 11 goals, 10 assists, 12 clean sheets. I mean, he is an absolute all-around player, especially at League 2. I'd feel like he'd play well at League 1 as well as in him growing. Tom Beedling, Hasn't done much for us. We don't really play him. Mike Jones, another midfield player who's got 2 goals, 2 assists. Again, he's going to be somebody that we look to move on from since he is 33 years of age with that -1, so he'll only continue to decline, as well as Chris Taylor. He doesn't get a lot of action with us, and again, with that age, we'll have to look to move on from him. Same with Jamie Divitt. I mean, he's played 24 games for us. He only has 1 assist to show for it, so not the best of players. We don't really play him much, as well as Gribben. They don't really play that much. We've got Josh Kay, who I honestly have kind of forgotten about ever since moving positions, so we'll have to give him a little more of a shout, possibly as a sub for Sori in some games, as he's up. +2, 26 years old, 63 overall. He's got 5 goals, 4 assists on the year at 25 appearances. Bramal, a loanee player, so we're not too worried about him. Lancashire, 20 appearances. He is 20 years old. He's got 2 assists to show for it, so not the best of starts for him to his career. Mikel, he's been playing great. 10 goals, 7 assists in 19 games played. Awesome stuff. Great player, great sub striker. He's up +3, up to 62 overall. Luke James, he's great. 26 years old. He won't have too much growth, but he's got 18 goals, 13 assists in 26 games played. Angle, he's 13 for 4. +2, he is 26 years old as well, and is up 63 overall. And then Scott Quingley, pretty solid stats as well, 14 goals, 9 assists in 28 games played, 61 overall, and that is our stats, guys. Let's take a look here at top goal scorers. Let's take a look at goal scorers really quickly, but I don't feel like going through that right now. We'll get into that in the next episode, but in the next one, we've got a lot of games, obviously a big one starting off in the Emirates FA Cup, as well as the transfer deadline, January deadline deals going to be happening. But if you guys did enjoy this episode, be sure to drop a like on today's video. I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.